if you listen to the news, you may start thinking that nobody wants to work. But don't kid yourself. There's a lot of people out there who are highly driven. They're what I call ambitious people on steroids. And the problem is, if you are in a relationship with one of these ambitious people, your relationship is going to look different than others. The whole attitude of society is prioritize your relationship over everything else. But guess what? Truly ambitious people don't. They really do prize their work. Now, they've gotten a bad rap in some ways. They're called workaholics, or they're always working, and different people, maybe if you're married to one, your friends will go, my God, they got to slow down. They're always working. But what you don't understand about a truly ambitious person is their work is their meaning in life. It is their purpose. And in many cases, the reason they're not happily married and marriages fail with ambitious people is because the partner listened to society or their friends instead of aligning and listening to their partner. In other words, they discounted their partner's need to be productive, to be ambitious, to enjoy their work, and they said, no, you got to pay attention to me. Society says so, my parents say so, and that's the way it is. Well, I'm telling you now, as a licensed therapist, this isn't true. If you are married to a truly ambitious person and they are out there, and I try to save their marriages every day, there are little tweaks you can do, but the number one tweak is going to be you understanding the man or woman you got. And rather than making unreasonable demands or expectations, you learn to live your life in a little bit different way so the two of you can have meaningful, full lives and still enjoy your relationship. So these are the little tips or strategies I'm going to give you, and hopefully this is going to help you. The first one, your partner, your ambitious partner, is always going to choose work over a date. The reason is because they don't see the purpose in the date like they do in their work. It's very hard for them to distract from that. It's not that they don't want to be with you. It's just that their greater meaning in life is coming from their work. So what should you do? You should plan a solid date night. And no matter what, don't pout, don't get revenge. Let your partner know in an email, in a text, whatever. You may have to remind them more than once that Wednesday night is date night. It's a standing date. When your ambitious partner, I almost called them workaholic, but they're not. They're ambitious. When your ambitious partner is in that mode of work, it comes up on their calendar. Wednesday is date night, they will go along with it because they know ahead of time, and they won't be resentful or they won't feel bad about it. They'll feel good about it and make that date night something fun the two of you do. It's a nice escape for the ambitious person, but it's really good for you and the connection of the relationship. The second most important thing that you do is that you basically remember that you eat together and you can work together, okay? Make meals as much as you can a time when the two of you can really join together and have that special time. So you can eat together, but also know those dinners are going to look a little bit different. They may be talking about work. You may want to talk about what you discovered at work. I think the more understanding you are with their ability to just be totally engrossed with the beauty, with the whole function of their work, the more you're going to be able to align with them. And they'll listen, they'll be very interested in what you do. So rather than getting mad or, pouting or resentful that they're not paying attention to you or the relationship, you focus more with them on what they're giving back and the meaning of their work. And it's going to be so much easier for the two of you. And believe me, you will feel connected, because some of these marriages are incredibly close, but it's because they know how to talk to each other and they've taken on a different perception of what's important in their life. thirdly, don't be intrusive. When they're working, you don't have to be jealous. You don't have to, their work is not a threat to you unless you make it that way. They need space. And during that space, instead of wishing you had that space with them, start developing something of your own. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to get a little engrossed in an interest you want to do too. When you are able to do something of interest and meaning for you, this turns the ambitious partner on because they assume that you're getting the same benefit or the same meaning as they are from theirs. Because when an ambitious person is married to you, they love differently. Doesn't mean they love less, means they love differently. And when you understand, you give them a safe space for that connection, for that boundary within your relationship. Fourthly, your minds are always in overdrive. When you're ambitious, your mind is always alive. It's on fire. The only time it shuts off is when you sleep. And usually highly ambitious people don't need the sleep you need. So if you end up having different bedtimes, doesn't mean your marriage is over, doesn't mean you've got a problem, means fill that time with what's going to fill you. Maybe some spiritual time, reading the Bible or doing a Bible study, journaling time, getting more in touch with your own self-awareness, going out with friends. Truly ambitious people, if he or she is connected with you, they will not be jealous. They will be happy for you if you go out. In other words, they're not controlling. They don't care if you sit home and just pine or do whatever you're doing. They're more concerned that you're still happy with them being ambitious, allowing them to work in the area they want to work with. I'm not saying they're easy to be married to, but I am saying truly ambitious people, you can't stop them. And if you end up ending the marriage because of that, they will find another partner because they're truly ambitious and people are attracted to that. And the same scenario will happen, except maybe that partner would be better at aligning with their insane overdrive work time. What you can do is you can, during their overdrive, when they're winding down, you can plan a wind down time, maybe on a Friday afternoon, saying, okay, Fridays is our wind down time. And then that could be an area where the two of you could connect and come together. And once again, if it's on their calendar, they're pretty good with following that. They may want to share all the great stuff they're learning at work, but that's okay. Over a glass of wine, in fact, it's a perfect situation. They don't deal great with crazy emotion. So remember, most overly ambitious people are logical. They're logical, and that means they're pretty much A to B to C. So if you're married to them and you're going from A to Z to W to U, they won't do well. It confuses their mind. They're not wired that way. So when you're having your crazies, it's important that you have a network, people who you can think like that with and enjoy. It's just a different wiring. And what you have to quit telling yourself is that if they cared, they would go in this craziness or be concerned with your feelings. It's not that they're not concerned with your feelings. It's that they're in their ambitious mode. They're in their logical brain. And when you're truly a logical person, part of what helps you excel in your area of choice is you choose a logical career and you're focused because you don't have the emotional capacity that they're attracted to with a partner. Just don't ask them to go there with you when you're jumping all around from emotion to emotion, because they will be in a state of confusion and feel very hopeless in working with you. It probably will make them feel less close to you. Accept that you're going to be loved differently. I would say with anybody logical, they love a little differently than people that are less logical and more artsy. However, being loved differently does not mean being loved less or loved poorly. It just means it's different. Your partner may have a time during their work when they come up with an incredible graphic art project or something that shows they were thinking of you. And they'll do little things that they'll write you a letter that you can't grasp. Like, it's unbelievable it came from them. But once again, where they're really gifted, they're going to give back to you. And when they love you, they do it that way. Might not look like what your friends have. They may not bring you flowers or send you the biggest over the top bouquet, but they're going to do things that you will understand their love language, and you will know it means you are special. And do not make an ambitious person choose their work or you, because it makes them feel, first of all, like you're pulling away. And secondly, it makes them feel like you have no understanding of who they are. Because how could you possibly know that or understand how much their work meant to them? That the way it works so well for them is they feel loved and secure in your arms. And that is exactly why you shouldn't ask them to choose, because it feeds off each other. Your love is what is helping them focus on what creates meaning in their life.